Squadron, aviation has given me a ton of amazing experiences.
Good job there. Nice rock, high wing.
But more importantly, it's introduced me to a whole new family of friends.
Like, dude, you're killing it. You're having a great day.
So just never give up.
Airport, and then, oh, by the way, I got carb ice while I was flying too, so the engine started running rough. And I had to
Join us tonight as we're cleared direct for some hangar flying. I am Bryon Bowman, and this is SuperAero Live.
That's a lot. I mean, a lot of cookies. What's up, Av Geeks? Or I should say Av Geek. Nope, there's two, there's three. We've got people coming in right now. Sorry for the delay tonight. We're starting about 40 minutes late. I don't even know my things in my ears yet because yeah, Zach Sherman is first. What's up, buddy? Home alone with the kids tonight, and I finally got them to sleep and didn't have time to get things going. So hopefully the kids will stay asleep while we do our show tonight. Kind of a fun show tonight. I wanted to hear about what you guys and gals thought about Airventure 21. Oshkosh 21, Return to Greatness. I was there. A bunch of us were there. And I'm just curious what you all think about it. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it tonight. Some things that I saw, maybe my favorite aircraft, things I'm most excited about, and just kind of a quick overview. But I'm hearing my volume is down. Thank you very much. Let's pop that up. Oh, it went to the wrong mic. How about now? That's probably better. Why did that change at the last minute? Anyway, very professional television tonight on SuperAero Live with your guest, me. All right, let's talk about Oshkosh. First of all, actually, before we talk about that, I see a bunch of people are piling into the chat. Mike's here, Jason Follas is here, Zach Sherman's here, Connie's here. We got more. Guys, if you could just let everyone know, go share it with everybody, that we are up and running here on SuperAero Live. First time back in a couple weeks. Feels good to be back. Kind of weird that I'm by myself, but don't worry. We got met a lot of people at Oshkosh. Got a bunch of guests coming up soon. So, let's talk about Andy. Andy says, I saw you there, but I was trying to find my kid, so I didn't say hi. Andy, I'm bummed we didn't get to meet. James, you made it. Jeff, Jensen's here. Plane Lady's here. Everyone's popping in. Again, sorry for the delay. 72 Papa's here. Sorry for the delay tonight. Really, really excited to have all of you here, though, to talk about OSH21. So, let's talk about OSH21. You know, it's one of those things. You got to do the Brown Arch thing. I got to tell you, I was just super happy to be there. It felt super. Tim Everett is here. Tim, it's good to meet you at Oshkosh. It was so amazing. If I could just stop for a second. So amazing to meet all of you. I think I probably met people both from the Squadron, the Patreon supporters, and just people, fans of the show. I was meeting you guys like maybe once an hour, it felt like, for the 3 days I was there. Just kind of insane, and I owe someone an apology. There was a young guy named Matt came up. Matt, I hope you're watching tonight. If you are, put it in the chat. Matt, you found me right as I was going to pee, and at one point, Matt said to me, I'm sorry if I'm wasting your time. And the truth is, Matt, you definitely were not wasting my time. I just did not want to have an accident in front of you. So I apologize, but it was so good to meet you, Matt. So good. So many other great people. If you go check out the Instagram stories about the week, you'll see all these amazing people that I met. And all of you made me just so happy to be there. Wow. Just wow. It was so much love coming my way all week. So we're going to talk a little bit about Oshkosh. You know, one of the things that you can tell I felt good about COVID safety there, because I put my mouths next to other people's mouths a lot. That's Plane Lady and Ty, and yeah, I was hungry at that moment, so you know, I was eating hats a lot, but definitely felt very good about COVID. That all felt fine. I don't know. COVID was over, and then at the end of the week, they were like, Delta's here. So maybe in retrospect, I mean, not great to eat people's hats, but it was so great. And the other thing that was so great was this night. This was Friday night, the SuperAero Squadron Super Secret. Jeez, Jonathan Christman says, geez, celebs. No, not yet. But you guys made me feel like it. Look at this great picture of the SuperAero Squadron at the SuperAero Squadron Super Secret Party on Friday. We had almost 50 of you show up to have burgers and hot dogs and brats and talk airplanes. And guys, we talked until like 1 in the morning. I want to thank a few people for that. Krueger, who maybe Plague Lady says, I guess we're sharing those. Sorry, I assumed they were public. I will take the other ones that maybe aren't out. Just kidding. Some people I want to say thank you to. One, Ryan Krueger, who helped me host this, put it up at his campsite. Super thankful for that. Connie in the chat. Connie, thank you so much for your help getting things going. And then 2 people from the squad noticed that I was spending too much time at the grill. That's 782 Papa there, who's in the chat right now. Jeff stepped up to the grill, and Dustin Noblo, if you're watching, thank you, man, for helping out on the grill as well. A lot of other people helped put the party together, but those 4 kind of like really stepped up to help make things happen. All of the like local Sky Fam and Squadron, we just had such a cool night. Clucky's in the chat. Hey Clucky, I hope you're having a good night. And yeah, the other kind of highlight, I don't have a picture of him in here, but Jeff Jensen's talking about Bryon, that I met Bryon Turner in person for the first time. We've been having this like year-long bromance, and it was so great to meet him in person and not hate him. And if you go to TikTok, that's a thing I'm trying now, you can see us, or maybe you saw it on YouTube, you can see that we were looking for the beer coffin. And if you watch that video, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the chat, super distracted. You can find out whether or not we found that beer coffin. So as we're talking about, as I'm doing my little slideshow here, I want to see in the chat, like, what were your favorite moments? What were the things that you guys saw that you loved at Oshkosh if you were there? And if, by the way, if I missed you at Oshkosh, I'm so sorry. There was tons of people. We were literally Instagram DMing like all 3 days I was there. Like, oh, are you over here? Are you over there? Are you over here? And it's just like such a big thing. It's so hard to connect with people. Dustin's in the chat. Dustin, thanks for swinging some burgers for me, man. Appreciate that so much. So yeah, so there we go. That was kind of cool. Other cool things that happened. A good friend of the show, Steph Strickland, randomly texted me and said, are you busy right in an hour? And I said, no, I'm not. And she took me to see the Viper demo team up close. Super cool to see that. Watch them depart. Kind of a sequel to 2 years ago, the F-35 video. Also, there's another angle that, the F-16. I don't think it's a big plane. I don't think you realize how small it is compared to some of the other fighters. That was kind of a thing for me. Yeah, there we go. Aircraft Adventures in the chat. Yeah, Aircraft Adventures. We were literally like, beep, boop, beep, where are you now? Beep, boop, beep, where are you now? And we never made it happen, and I was so excited to hopefully meet you. So yeah, that was a thing that happened. Anyway, sorry. So F-16, small, smaller than you think, but still quite large. Yeah, Sarah says, when Steph asks you if you are busy, you always say no. That is absolutely correct. You make yourself available. A story I told, I'm talking a lot more because it's just me. I got to drink my LaCroix. There we go. Funny story. Before I arrived at OSH21, Steph texted me and she said, "Are you at OSH?" And I said, "No." And then she was like, something like, "Bummer." And I turned to my wife and I was like, "I want you to know I am missing something super cool right now." Anyway, okay, let's talk a little bit about what you guys had said in the chat. Jeff Jensen's talking about the Stoll demos. I missed those. This year because the only one I was there for was during the SuperAero party. We saw it kind of happening in the distance, but I missed that. I heard that Blanco Lirio was the announcer on that, and I heard that he did a really good job, and I hope maybe he and I can work together on Stoll announcing sometime soon. Connie, I wanted to talk about this. Connie says, outside of meeting the people, which that was my favorite thing, outside of meeting the people, the UPS plane rocking her wings on departure, that just showed this aviation community goes full circle back to GA, even in a badass, big chunky boy. So, yeah, you guys talked about seeing the blimp. The blimp was super cool. And Nathan Ballard says, I should have 4.1 million subscribers by now. Nathan, I don't know why you came up with 0.1. I would be fine with just 1 million would be insane. Red Baron Modeling pointing out that the 747 had some GA in it. There was a home built inside. Eric Johnson's in the chat. Hey, Eric. Zach says me and Blanco would be good. I would love to get Blanco on the show. I will be hitting him the bleepy bloopies. All right, Ken Dodson. This is a good segue for a second. Ken wants to talk about the real story behind the beer coffin. So if you watch the TikTok video or the YouTube live video, you see me and Bryon. Bryon got text directions on his phone. Someone said, here's how you find it. We literally opened the map up, track up, north up. We're super confused about that. Got it figured out, navigated to the place. And at the end of the instructions said, if you can't find it, ask an old person. And as if by divine intervention, an old man was walking to the showers. He's walking in a pair of short shorts with a towel around his neck with soap in his hand. And he's like, you guys look like you're lost. And we're like, yeah, we're looking for the beer coffin. And he said, it's not here this year. The beer coffin, we were in the right place, but it was not there this year. It sounds like, based on what he said, that it may not ever come back, which is a real big bummer because that's one of those cool, weird things that happen at Oshkosh. Plain Lady saying the night show is epic as usual. Absolutely. Loved the night show on Thursday. Obviously, the Wednesday one got rained out with the dramatic storm. That was really interesting, too. The storm was really interesting. What else we got in here in the chat? I got to meet Ryan, Brian, Turner, Dan Milliken, Wolf Pilot, Martin, Polly. Pretty cool. Yeah, James. James, it was great to meet you. 782 Papa, seeing my friend Darwin win the whole shebang home-built championship for his drop-dead gorgeous RV7. Yeah, I saw pictures of that. That thing looked insane. If you can send me a picture of it, Jeff, maybe on the Discord, I can put it up while we chat here. Super beautiful airplane. Oh, Jeffrey, you gotta switch accounts. Yeah, we just need to get a coffin. Yeah, you're right, Dustin. Next time we'll just bring the coffin. I'll take up a collection. Okay, let me show you some other cool stuff that really excited me while we were there. Except I hit some windows and now I can't do it. Where's my thingies? Seriously, where'd they go? Good TV. Talk amongst yourself here. I need a specific window to change the picture, and that window went away. Brian is here. Just Plain Silly is here. And I literally just... There we go. I got my overlays back. I just told the story about how we looked for the coffin, Brian. You just missed that. But it was so great to meet Brian. I felt like I was reunited with family when I met with Brian. And there's, if you look on Instagram, it says some people have posted video of us meeting for the first time, which is just so hilarious. Okay, here we go. Other things that were really cool to me, and I want to hear more about what you guys said. So there's the F-16. The other thing that was there were the growlers. Eric Johnson with a super chat. Thank you, Eric, very much. It was so great. I wish you could have made the show. And I don't know if you're Eric. I don't know if you're going up to Sodbusters in a couple days with National Stole, but I wish I could be up there with you if you're doing that. So funny moment. Steph and I are looking at these. You know, to the average person, these are just Super Hornets, right? They're growlers. They're the electronic warfare planes. We didn't realize it. We live streamed, and whoo, we caught fire from the Av Geeks on that. So yes, those are growlers. They are beautiful. They are big, and you'll see in a video I release, hopefully in a week or so. Like I was shooting, and literally like the nose like passed over my head as they taxied out. Super, super cool. Let's just check out. Yeah, we got to get some of the squad out there. Yeah, sorry, Fly Chucky Fly. There was no link earlier. This is kind of a scramble today in the personal life to get this one going. Okay, let's check it out. What else is in this cool little treasure trove? Okay, jumping ahead a little bit. But I think this is important. Jonathan Christman, Nathan Ballard. You guys with the super chats. That is too generous. That is too generous. I'm not wearing flannel tonight, though. I am wearing my Bro Pilots shirt. That's another set. I just ran into them randomly at a party. It was so good to see them. And the other thing I just realized is my makeup friend. Oh, bad hair. My makeup friend gave me makeup, and I forgot to wear it tonight to make me less shiny, because you guys talk about that sometimes. Okay. So, I might title this video in the end, what were my favorite airplanes at Oshkosh? And this is the first one. You can buy this. It's on Barnstormers right now. It's for sale. Yeah, Basement Casual. Absolutely. This is a Boeing Observer plane. I should have beforehand looked up what the model designation is. Super cool thing. It's got like a standard Lycoming on the front. It was Boeing's entrance into like the L-Bird category. And what's great is you look in the back there, the doors kind of like bloop, open up, and the observer sits in the back facing the rear with all that glass. And so that was, nobody talks about my shininess, says Jason. No, everybody else. So that is a super cool thing. I loved seeing that aircraft. It is for sale, one of a kind, only one flying. You could buy it today. That was kind of the coolest thing to see in the Warbirds, because I love seeing all the beautiful Spitfires and Mustangs, and they had a P-38 there, one of my favorite plane, maybe my favorite plane ever, P-38 there, and a bunch of other cool Warbirds. But the thing that excites me after I've gone to Oshkosh every year since 2009. What excites me is seeing stuff that you just never see year to year. Yeah, the pilot faces the front and the passenger faces the back, is what Brian's saying. And Jonathan Christman says it's a phone booth. It kind of is a phone booth. Yeah, I don't know. Brian says 12 made only, and Red Baron Modeling says it's for sale. It is for sale. At least it was for sale before Oshkosh, and I don't think it was super crazy expensive. Probably a little expensive to own. I bet the maintenance isn't too bad, but if something breaks, you have to fabricate it because it's the only one left. Eric says, observer can see all the gunfire coming his way. Yeah, exactly. So that was one of the things I was really excited about. I was really super excited to see that and kind of crawl around it. Again, I didn't get a ton of time to see stuff this year because I was just running into so many people. I met Fly Bruno, the Fly Bruno guy. Oh, feels so bad. Became fast friends with him and his friend Neil and their wives. They were super cool. We were hanging out, kind of ran into each other every day. Ran into Pilot Annie, got to meet her for the first time. She is a lot taller than I expected and just a friggin' delight. Just so kind and so warm with her time. Really enjoyed getting to know her in person and meeting her fiance. Just a great kind of aviation power couple. I even got like 30 seconds with Steve Flight Chops. We just ran into each other. He actually ran into me and spotted me. He was shooting some video, and we talked for like 5 minutes before he got like accosted by people and had to leave. Fly with Bruno. Thanks, Christine. Thank you, Plane Lady, for that. I'm just gonna check in here. What's a phone booth? Says Zach Sherman. Oh no, I'm gonna yawn. I have my own television show. Eric Johnson, that P-38 Scat was painted to represent the legend Robin Olds. I love that thing. That thing was tearing it up all week. Okay, let's see what the next thing on my list is. Oh, okay. Okay, so here, this is an interesting one for me. So as you guys know, especially if you're in the squadron, I am like, I don't know, I can't afford to buy my own airplane yet, but I think about it a lot because that's what we do as aviators, is we think about the planes we want to buy. This is a Pipistrel Virus, and there's a funny story behind it, and this is what made me infected. Yeah, infected by Pipistrel, by the way. Maybe not. Maybe they should move on from that tagline. Okay, so the cool thing about this plane, so the Virus is it's not a new design by Pipistrel. It has, you see the NASA sticker on it. It has won a number of NASA competitions for efficiency. And actually, we should have Pilot Annie back on. She flew one of these like way all over the place. Oh God, oh, I'm so tired. I've been working so hard. I went right from Oshkosh into like a 2 15-hour day tech scout for a film shoot I'm doing next week. So yeah, Gary Smith says Pipistrel was cool. It flew 900 miles on $20 of fuel. Yeah, so this is why I get excited about this thing. So this is the short wing version. At full throttle with a 100 horsepower engine, it'll go 150 knots. And with a Rotax 912, I don't know what you're burning at full throttle, but 100 horsepower, 150 knots at cruise, which is a little somewhere. I think the guy at the booth was telling me like between 4 and 4.5 gallons an hour. You're going 140 knots in that thing, which is like just the miles per gallon is great. When with the flight school that owns this particular one, they ordered it as a tail dragger. That's very rare. They said there's only 7 of them in the country, in the United. Oh no, it's just happening again and again. It's contagious. Ha, virus. Nathan, you flew the Panthera. That thing's insane. Okay, so here's where we're at. This virus, right? When they ordered it, tail dragger version. Very few of those in the United States, but the flight school that was doing it, the students that were learning on some off-airport strips, mostly turf strips, a couple of gravel strips, things like that. So when they ordered, the story goes that when they ordered the Virus, they checked a box for Tundra tires, and there was no box on the order form for the size of the tires. So then they just paid for it, waited, it gets crated over to the United States and gets delivered. And those, oh no! I don't know how big they are, if they're 40-inch bush tires or whatever. But those things are huge. Huge Alaskan bush wheel tires on it. And they were like, oh, I guess that's what we've got on the plane. So they ran with it because it's what they had. Someone clipped me yawning. Oh no. Over and over again. So they had these tires on it, and I said to them at the booth, I said, I'm very curious about why you have these tires. They told the whole misadventure story, because it's very incongruous. It's very in opposition to the design of the plane. The plane is meant to go super fast on not a lot of fuel. It's basically a glider. It even has spoilers on the wings, right? But what's interesting is with those super fat tires, the performance is not actually degraded that much. They are seeing at 4.5 gallons an hour, so similar cruise fuel burn, they are seeing 130 knots. So a 10 knot loss, which is and is not a big thing to me. So it looks super cool. It doesn't make a lot of sense. What they're doing is ordering tires that are a little bit smaller, so they're not so fat, and they want to see what the speed difference is there. So I don't know. It just looked it fits the current like aesthetic, bush planes, all that stuff. I am still really into that plane. The Vera starts at like $130 some odd $1,000 as a light sport, and you can get it configured not as light sport to get all that speed, right? Just a super cool thing. Super cool thing. Anyway, that excited me. I can't stop thinking about that thing. The idea of like going that fast on that little gas. Yeah, Ryan needs coffee stat. Dude, for real. I almost got some coffee when I came down, but I wanted to get this show running. And now you guys are talking about it's going to make me yawn again. What is the useful load of that plane, Ty? I don't know exactly. It's not, I mean, it's meant to be light sport, but you can get it as an experimental, so it's not constrained by the 1320. I remember, like, researching it before and thinking it was respectable. It is tight inside, though. It is tight inside. And it's also a very reclined seating position, so. Anyway, I just thought that was super cool. Brian Garrett says, it was great meeting you this year, but you really need to up your friend game at the show instead of hanging around with Brian Turner. That hurts. I love that guy. Brian, that hurts. Let's see. Who else is in the chat here? The B-52 has spoilers, says Eric. Yeah. And what's interesting is I asked them, I said they should participate in National Stole in this thing just to see what would happen. It's really hard to get that plane slowed down, but what they said is if you drop the flaps and then use the spoilers to modulate your descent like a glider pilot, you can get it stopped pretty short. Gary says, I asked the Pipistrel guy how long it would take if I ordered one. He said 3 to 4 weeks. Dude, all I need is one lottery ticket, and I'm buying one of those. I'd buy one of those right away. Okay. So there's another plane that was there. I'm going to play a little video for you guys. This one might be kind of obvious. Everyone keeps asking me what I think about Scrappy. Well, let's take a look. The prop is insane. The tires are insane. The shocks are insane. The slats, you guessed it, insane. In general, it is very large. And apparently it comes with its own tug. You're right, it does have solar panels on the wings, because reasons. I actually heard the plane itself can arrest you. I'm sorry, Mike, but it looks like the autopilot could use a little work, a little dusty, needs some more meat. But my favorite part is all of the buttons and switches. And everybody knows that a good pilot loves their switches, which is why Scrappy is probably the best plane here. It's got all those switches. Woo.